Hey crew, how we doing? Today we're going to do just a short little video. We're going to go over the coordinate plane, and as you can see, I'm using Desmos right now. I'm using just that Desmos app, and I put four separate points all on the coordinate plane. I'm going to hide those for now, just to get them out of the way for you, so you can see everything. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so we can see all of them. Okay, so you see all of them. And if you take a look, we have our coordinate plane, and we know that we can identify our coordinate plane because we have our x-axis. That's terrible that I'm doing that. And y, our x and y axes. And so we know that there's our x and there's our y. We also know that in our coordinate planes that we always, it might be easier if I type it now, is that I have it's always going to be written as x comma y. That's one way that I can always I can tell. Better. X comma Y. You'll all have to be patient with me. I'm getting trying my best on these videos now. So they come in X, Y. What we're going to do is we're going to go over the coordinate plane, and we're going to talk about the four what we call quadrants in the coordinate plane. Then we're going to talk about moving from one point to the next. So the first thing that we want to identify is our quadrants. And our quadrants, there are four of them. The first one is known as, watch this, I'm going to make it nice and big too. I think if I can do that. Yeah. First one is known as quadrant one. And I put it as a Roman numeral because that's the way we name them. Now, how do I know it's quadrant one? It's because the whole world is positive. The whole world is positive in quadrant one, which means that anything that I move X, if I'm starting it at my origin, and we can highlight there, right there is my origin, and the origin is, that's right, 0, 0, 0, comma 0. Oh, 0 is my origin. There it is right there. And anything that goes goes to the right, and y goes up is positive, because positive to the right, positive up. So anything in quadrant one we know is going to be positive, comma positive. It's going to be quadrant one. Secondly, we're going to move over, and which way do we go? Do we go to the left? We go down? We go to across? We go to the left. So our next quadrant is known as quadrant. Hmm, what could they possibly have named it? Quadrant two. And again, Roman numerals. Quadrant two, if I take a look at that, I say all of my x's are going left, which means that what do I notice about those? Oh, -5, -10. That my x coordinate is negative. But I also know that I'm going up, so that all my y coordinates have to be positive. So everything that's in quadrant two is going to be negative, comma, positive. So that's my quadrant two. I think it becomes obvious next one's three. It would be silly if we went left and then we diagonally went across. So we're going to keep going counterclockwise, if that's helpful, that you know that that's counterclockwise, is quadrant three. And quadrant three, if you notice, we've now gone left and down, so we're going to be negative, comma, negative. And then lastly, we're going to get our last one here, which is quadrant four. Roman numeral action there again. This time, however, my x's are positive. I've gone to the right, but my y's are negative, so I've gone down. So I'm going to be positive, comma, negative. Those are going to be my four quadrants: quadrant one, quadrant two, quadrant three, quadrant four. Everything, of course, relative to the origin right here. Ooh, let's do something fancy with this. I'm going to do it like that, right? Watch this. Let's see if I can do this right. Ooh, that's too thick. No, I don't want that. It's too thick. I'm going to undo it. Uh, I'm going to make the size nice and small so that we don't get in the way of all the other things. But my origin, we know, is right here. There's my origin. Everything relative to the origin. All right, so let's get to the moving around part. So I think the best thing for me to do is I'm going to clear everything off. So you can come back and see this, but I'm going to clear it off right now so we can get rid of that. I'm going to trash everything. And now we're going to talk about moving. Let's say that I'm starting, first of all, at the origin. If I'm at the origin and I want to get to 5, 2, that means I'm going to go along the x, because we know x comes first. Along the x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 1, 2. If I'm going to get to that negative 4, 6. That means I'm going to go again, x first, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I want to get to that third quadrant, here I have negative 1, negative 1. I know my x is first. I'm going to go left negative and down 1 negative, and there I am. And then lastly, quadrant 4, x first, positive 1, and y second, down negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my 4 points that we've talked about. What if I wanted to go from quadrant 1, from my first point in quadrant 1, my 5, 2, to negative 4, 6? Well, I can count that and I can say 1, oh, sorry, x, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4. Where do we seem to see that? Let's take a look. Well, if I'm going from 5 to negative 4, that means I have to go 5 and then 4 more, right? So that would be negative 9. And if I was going to go from 2 to 6, that would mean I would have to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we can go ahead and do that. Oh, but not a coincidence. Take a look. We've done that, right? Haven't we done this with lines, right? 2 points. And wait, we can find the slope by simply going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would mean that I have a slope of left negative 9. I'm going to do that in type now. So I'm going to do that as negative 9. And then I don't know if I can do this now. Well, maybe I can just draw one in. And then I'm going to go up 4. So up 4. And then I'm going to try this. Watch this fancy thing. Ready? Bam. Look at that. And so that I know, ooh, even better, even better. Ready? M equals. I know I have a slope of negative 9 over 4. So that's just our starting point. That's all we did. That was just a quick one. It's probably longer than it needed to be, but there's our quick little once over on the coordinate plane. If you have any confusion about that, don't hesitate to go back and do it. From here, you're going to go on to that activity that we have scheduled for today. All right. Good luck. See you later.